All right, welcome to my channel. So the first thing that you need to know before you start watching my videos is the purpose of this channel is for education and entertainment, mostly education with some entertainment, and mostly for my students. Really, it's an opportunity for me to showcase my algorithm and for my students to see it working and me to be able to talk about the trades and why I'm taking the trades and things like that. This is not a channel where I'll be showing you that I'm making millions of dollars. So family rules, you won't be seeing that. Some traders out there want to put their stuff out. I don't even know why they do that. Like on social media in a public sphere, hey, look at me, I made 20,000 today, 50,000 today, all that stuff. That will not happen on this channel. The most you'll see me making here is anywhere from $50 to $1,000 in a day would be the most once we get to that level of scaling. And then I'll reset and we'll be looking at $50 and we'll be scaling back to, a thousand a day or so. And we'll just keep resetting that scaling. But family rules will not be showing you on this, my social media, that I'm making tons of money. Second thing is I'm trading with Thinkorswim. That's my platform that you see here on the screen. So you got my two windows on futures trading. Same thing, it'll be Thinkorswim. So you'll see that I trade futures and the equities market with these videos. I trade based off of my algorithm, the simple switch algorithm, and it's got different settings. Same algo, but different settings for futures market, for equities market, and different types of trading. It's got different settings for it. So I'll be trading off of that. Links below if you're interested in learning more about the algo. All the education over there is free, as well as the trading log that you'll see. You can get the link below, which will give you that log, so you can go over there and explore all that stuff. So when you're looking at my screen, now when you're looking at my screen, you'll see these the chart markups, and you'll see yellow. Wherever I put yellow is an entry. So when it's yellow like this, it's the algo ideal entry. And then you may see a yellow like this, and that is where I actually got in, and it'll be touching the candle that I got in on. And then the location. Red are my stops, green are my targets. And then if you want to learn how the algo works so you can better understand what I'm doing when I'm doing my trades, over at the link below, you can go over there and learn all about the algo. It's completely free for that whole education. It's free to learn about my trading plan, my strategy, everything that I teach about trading is free over there. Only thing that costs money is if you decided to buy the algo, then that would cost money. But you can apply a lot of the stuff that I teach over there, including my strategy and trading plan, to your own strategies and help maybe improve your game. So all that is definitely free. I don't charge for any of that education. Only the algo if that's something you decided to add to your list. So then sometimes you'll see on here me doing experiments, which I'm going to try to do another one later on this year when I get a little more time. But I love to do trading experiments. We blow up accounts, but we do it in the purpose of education, showing you that certain trading techniques or strategies sometimes just don't work. And we play with some different concepts and blow up accounts, real accounts, small accounts, but still real accounts. And you'll also see some small accounts as well, like when we do offshore brokers and things like that. So, and then of course, educational videos I'll be putting out as well. So there's a lot of different content here. So if you can give me the like, hit that like button, that would help me a lot with the YouTube. And if you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you can be notified whenever I upload new content. And the last thing, but probably the most important thing, is trading is very risky. Do not place a trade based on what you see here or whatever I say. I'm not telling you what to do. If it sounds like I'm telling you what to do, it's me just thinking out loud. And most traders will lose all of their money. I am strictly speculating. I do not have a crystal ball. So, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. So please do not take financial advice from me. This is strictly to talk about how I trade, to teach about how I do things, and for your entertainment. All right, so now the legal stuff is out of the way. Let's get into today's trades. All right, good morning, everybody. It is April 21st. Right now we got APPS on deck right here. We got our switch. We got our permission. Man, it's really tanking. Let's see what's going on with this stock. All right, so we're going to mark it up. We got a big tower candle, so there's going to be a little bit of risk there. I'm going to check my scalping algo. Scalping algo says we're a high chance of a bounce, so I'm not going to go ahead and take this to the short side. I'm actually going to play it long first, and then I'll play it short afterwards, depending on what happens in the next 2 minutes. But in the meantime, basically 68, what are we looking at? 68, 69. Let's see here. 69 and 68.28, so we're about 70 cents. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the calculator here and then put 0.7 in, just so I can get a rough for now. 214 shares. So we'll be set up with 214. Enter, and then we'll get an exact number here. And okay, so then I went over here, put in 214, enter, and then switch is no longer taking place. Like I said, the scalping algo is indicating a long play here, so but not anymore. So we'll see if that is concluded with that retracement, and maybe this becomes a short. We got about 2 minutes. We'll see what happens, and then we'll bring it to you. Okay, so we got 30 seconds left. The scalping algo running on my other monitor is no longer indicating a long play, a retracement play, if you will. So we'll see. We got 15 seconds. If this thing will switch at the last second, and we'll end up short here. 10 seconds. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, no trade. All right, so looking for the next trade. That one did not happen. So here we are at QCOM. It is switched. See if we can catch it. 132.75. No, don't go yet. 133.11. So about 30 cents on QCOM. See, I was so focused on APPS, I didn't look around. And there we go. There goes QCOM. We're going to miss it. 500. All right, let's mark it up and see if we could still take a trade here. All right, if it settles back in, this trade is still live. We'll take this trade. See, I get focused on APPS and didn't even see QCOM. All right, QCOM giving us a chance. So now what I'm going to do is I want to see it's going down. So it could stop out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my my buy above. Let's look at the spread. 01. So ideal entry based on the algo is at 133.12 or better. Okay, so now we're way down here. So I'll come down here and I'll take this. I'll move that down. Okay, so now we're in the trade. And then if we break 132.76, 132.77, we'll go ahead and speed bump it. So put my stop in here, 132, just under your buying power. I don't have enough buying power to speed bump that. I don't understand what's happening right now. All right, well, what we are going to do is just hang out. Just put our stop in down there. Could take this trade off the table right now and put some money in the pocket, or take half my shares off. And actually, I might do that. 250, it pulls back up like that. I'm going to take half the shares off. But just in case it doesn't. All right, so there we go. So it did. So I'm going to go ahead and move, looking at the spread so I don't get into the spread. All right, so I'm going to take half off there. All right, cool. So we got that half. So the reason why I did that is I'm looking for $150 on this trade. I got in way down here. Let's put a line in where I got in so you can see. Just trying to trade smart, traders, not be greedy. 132.94, 132.94. Okay, this is where I got in. All right, so I got in a nice discount. I was able to lock in that profit. And by locking in that profit, if this went against me, no big deal. It's basically going to be a break-even trade. At the same time, if it hits its target, I should still get my 150 that I was looking for per trade, risk reward. So we're good. We're all in. The game is game on, basically. Okay, so I'm going to take that off there to make it easy for me to put this stop back in. So 150. Once I get my 150 risk reward, I can put my stop in to try to secure it. So we're at 152. So I could go ahead if I wanted to right now and just stop out. So 133.41. All right. So I put there we go. Boom. Oh, 149.50. I missed it by 50 cents. So there we go. So I was able to get my risk reward on there, 150. Sure, if I would have kept all those other shares, I would have got, more. Maybe it would have been like 175, or more, which would have been nice. But I don't know that that's going to happen. This thing could go way down. And yeah, if I didn't just stop out for 150, this thing could rip up, break new highs, and it would be awesome. but I don't know that's going to happen. So I trade on a proven statistical probability of success. Try to trade a smart game. I have a risk-reward ratio. When I look at my trade plan and do the math, at the end of the year, I'm making money by doing it this way, and I can look at a statistical probability, and I only want to trade off of statistical probabilities. I do not want to casino trade or take chances. Look what's happening right now. I'll be like, oh man, I let that green trade go to a red trade. So, you know, that's how it is. So I'd rather just take my little nibbles at the market, take what the market gives me, and move on. So we'll start the day off with 150 bucks. Okay, so here we are with APPS. We might be missing it with 69.15, 68.35. So basically around 80 cents, 85 cents. So 180. I'm just going to go with 180. Might be a little bit light. 180 shares. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to go short. So we're getting in nice close to risk. And then we'll, yeah. So where do we pop in? So let's look at this. So 69.20 is where our stop will be. How much time we got in this candle? 5 minutes. 69.20. All right, so we're coming down nicely. I'm going to go ahead and take 90. Put my little thing here. What do we get? 68.83. All right, so if this comes all the way back down again, I'm going to go ahead and take off half of those. But in the meantime, let's put our stop in 69.20, 69.21. And as I'm moving on this area over here, you can see on the chart that line showing me where my stop's about to go in. So yes, I'm tempted to put my stop at high of day, but we're going to put it in here. And then, because I bet it based on this, not based on, you know, high of day. And then if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. We'll be looking, I'm not even going to speed bump this. I kind of want to, but I'm not, because when you look at the support resistance game, you know, I'm getting out here and I just could be getting back into this little bit of a channel that's been taking place. So I feel like there could be consolidation taking place before next move down or next move up. So I don't want to monkey with it too much. It's not a tower candle, so we're still good. It's not expected consolidation because of a tower candle, but at the same, and scalping algo, we did see this retracement as potential. I'll show you that at the end of the day, how it lined up. So I'm pretty confident this is going to be a winning trade to the downside, but if it were to break to the upside, I don't know, speed bump or not, it's kind of tempting. We'll have to think about it. We'll see how it looks. The thing with APPS is I have a very high probability with this ticker. It's like 86%, 86% I think right now. Let me go look. What have you been doing? 89% APPS if I speed bump it, and around 80. Let's look at this real quick. Yeah, so about 80% without speed bumps, and if I speed bump it, I have an 89% chance of making this at least a recovery. So I guess I will speed bump it. And I know that because of my log. I track everything, so I can go and look at history and all that stuff. So I tell you, it's so important to have a trade log, traders. Yeah, 89%. We'll definitely speed bump that. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and sell. Man, do that dip again. I dare you. Do it. All right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and take. What's happening here? Let's just do this. Cancel 2 orders. 46. Wow, that's a big spread. Really big spread. All right, there we go. 40. Oh, man. 68, 64. Man, the spread is basically what's moving around right now. Not too much the ticker. I do not like this spread. 64. I definitely want to get half of these out if I can take advantage of this opportunity. But we'll see. I mean, basically it's moving, but it's just a spread. It's crazy. It's 30 cents spread right now. All right, cool. 58. So once we get down below 46 on this, on the ask down here. Okay, come on. New candle. Take it down. All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put half my position out right there. And then, okay, cool. So we got half out. So that's going to give me $70 right there. So that'll reduce my risk. So now if I take a loss, I'm going to go to break even on this trade now, actually. So take 90. I'm going to go break even. Because if you don't want to go down, then you're going to probably be in consolidation in here, and I don't really want to play. So I think break even here is actually going to be a little bit of a loss on these shares because of the spread. But I do need to give it room to breathe if it is going to go lower. And if it does break back above and I end up with just like a $10 win on it, then all good. No big deal. There'll be other trades. So I'm trying to play smart, traders. Don't be greedy. Play smart. Play the game smart. All right, so we'll end up with $39 in that trade. All good. And this could end up, tanking, but there's this massive candle, and I do feel like the consolidation is in effect right now. We had a lot of consolidation in here, and just looking at the trade action and the spreads are huge. Yeah, I'd rather just be out. Now, the opportunity that does present itself here is a speed bump because I had a 89% success rate with speed bumps on this ticker. So if we do speed bump here, I may jump back in on the speed bump. Depending on how that looks, I may jump back in on the speed bump for a scalp. Okay, so we're about to get stopped out. If we had stayed in the trade with full profit, like we were just greedy and we're like, no, all in, we'd be looking at stopping out right now. So we'd be getting stopped out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and buy. I'm going to go light on my speed bump just because I don't want to turn this green day into a red day. And see if we can get a little extra out of it. And again, speed bumps, remember, are not to recover my full trade. Had I been in here, speed bumps are only to recover a portion of it. So I'm going to mark up what that would be. I need to mark this chart up. So I'm marking up off a speed bump, not off the new switch. And I do think we're in some consolidation, so I'm just looking for a little scalp on this speed bump. Taking into account the spread. So this would be target. Definitely want to be out by that target. But even if I get half of this, then we're good. So my entry on this is 69.28. $69.28, and my target is just a little scalp. All right, so we're about to hit that target. So like I always do, I'll try to trail a stop. The spread is tightened up now, pretty good. So 40, it's starting to bounce around a little bit. So 46, 45. So I'm going to go ahead and put my order in right there. So we're through the target, which was 69.62. That's where we're at right now. So I'll just move this up tight, 58. If it breathes and I get out, I get out. All right, let's get back up here a little more. Oh, no, it pulled back. Oh, no. Okay, I'm out. All right, so we got out, took that little scalp on the speed bump, made a little extra money. And now it'll probably rip all the way up here. But all good, I don't care. I'm happy. Got some extra money, bonus money. All right, so that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. We're approaching 11:27. And I don't see anything looks like it's going to set up. So we had NUG here, which we didn't trade. We had our switch to the long side, no permission. And it's so far away from being able to make these things line up now in the next hour that I seriously doubt it's going to happen. Then we had CVS over here. We had our switch to the long side, or early pre-market. And then switch to the downside with no permission for a short. But we do our switch back. It has to be inside the normal day. Doesn't matter what happens here. So I could wait around for a while and see if a switchback happens, but I don't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon. And I got a bunch of stuff to do today, so an hour is not that far away. So I'm going to go ahead and just bounce out and skip it. And we had QCOM. So QCOM we traded over here. So let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Yep, so we got QCOM right here. So we're able to trade and jump in on a discount. I'm going to pull up the scalper algorithm so that you can see how that scalper algorithm gave me an idea that this retracement was likely. So let's go ahead and look at that. All right, so here we have our scalper algorithm. So right here we had our switch with the red inside the green candle, indicating a short play to retrace half or all, which took place, and then it boosted from there. So we're able to jump in there at a discount. That worked out really, really well. You saw that when I first saw it, I was missing the trade, but then looking at the scalper algorithm, it was like, oh, retracement is very likely, and I should have a good opportunity to get into this thing. So it worked out really nice to be able to have that opportunity to get in and take advantage of that trade. Sure, I wish I could have made all this money. Look at that thing. Man, if I would have stayed in from here to here. But how do you know that's going to happen? I mean, look what happened. I hit this, rejected all the way back down, and went back into the red zone, right? You look like, oh, man, I hit my target, turning a green trade to a red trade. Like, could have been a mess. Like, how do you know? So happy to take what the market gives me. You're always going to leave money on the table, or you're going to give some back, and I would rather leave it on the table. All right, so here we are with APPS. So we almost missed this trade. It triggered right here, and then we saw this happening here. By the time I can calculate things, it was pulled back nicely. And then I looked over real quick at the scalping algorithm, and I'll show you what it showed me. I always have this on my other monitor. So right here we had our switch with the green inside the red candle, indicating a long play for a scalp. So that told me that this is probably going to retrace half or all of this red candle, and maybe even more, right? But I don't know that that's going to happen. Just I know half or all is what's expected. So I was looking for that. That basically gave me some confidence that this retracement could still be just part of the scalping deal, and that it may not continue. Like the day trading strategy could still be in effect. So I jumped into this short right here, but then as soon as it dropped back down, just playing on the safe side, I took half off, and then I put the rest half break even, because once it did this flush, if it did this afterwards, there's a good chance it's going to continue higher. And I know that because I trade APPS for like years. So when you trade a ticker all the time, you kind of get used to the way it moves and what it does and stuff like that. So you can get those little things that can help you out. So anyway, so we ended up with that trade, small winner. But then, as you saw, I speed bumped it based on the probability. And man, I wish I would have let that thing ride. You just, you're always going to leave money on the table or give it back. And I left a lot on the table, like $1,000 left on the table. But all good. All right, let's go look at the log. So that's the portfolio. Those 4 tickers we're trading. And again, TWOU, if you missed other videos, we dumped that one because it started the trend in the low 70% range, and we didn't want 70% winning. So let's go check out the log. So here we are in the day trade log. So because I scaled in and scaled out of stuff, I broke up my entries here so we can more accurately reflect what happened. So we're looking at $214 for the day. So we're looking at $214 for the day. So pretty sweet. That over to the scaling ladder, see what that does for us. And it gets us pretty far in. So now we're good. Like now I feel really good about this. When you first scale up, it's like, man, if my first trade's a loser or my first day's a loser and I have 2 or 3 losers, that's huge, because that'll put me way back into this territory here. So it's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you first scale up. But once you get four bars in there, I'm good. Like I would have to have like 2 really bad days to end up back in this zone. So I'm feeling pretty confident that we're just going to push on forward. Now, we could back up a little bit here, but at least I'll stay in the 150 range. When you back up to the $100 range, it takes that much longer to get back where you were, because you're winning less. But if I lose 150 to make 150, it's pretty fast. So all good if we have a couple losers that pop in. But yeah, well on our way here. So tomorrow, Thursday, I will not be trading. I have to be out of town on tomorrow, and then I'll be back in town for like an hour, and then I got to go back out of town, different direction, on Friday. So this will be my last day trading this week. I'll be back next Monday. And yeah, part of me is like, man, I just want to stay on trade the next, until I get into this zone. I don't want to do anything, lock myself in the office until I get here. So it's just, I haven't traded that much at all. And unfortunately, is what it is. Had I been trading this whole year, we'd be all the way back. We'd be down here already. So yeah, unfortunately. So anyway, everybody, have an awesome rest of the week. Have an awesome weekend. Make some money, and we'll see you next Monday.